So you think women would be more attracted to a man in a relationship even if they didn't know that they were in a relationship?
Yeah. A lot of young men have this experience, right? That no women pay attention to them for a long time until they get a girlfriend. They get a girlfriend. Suddenly they're getting sexual validation, romantic validation, and suddenly other women are paying attention to them. And they don't even know what changed. In biology, that's called mate choice copying, when females are more attracted to a male that's valued by other females. And I think that's kind of mediated by sexual self-confidence. If a man has a girlfriend already, he knows, at least there's one woman out there who values me. And he kind of internalizes that validation and then like radiates it outwards somehow. And then other women pay attention to that.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So based on the first clip, as you can see today, we are going to be discussing social proof, but a little bit on the darker side of things, because I just came across a stat that is new to me and it may be new to you, and you may be shocked when you hear it and you may not be shocked. I'll fall on the line. I would say I was a little bit of both, you know, when I came across this clip. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
50% of women have admitted to trying to take another woman's man.
What's the number of the success of that 50%?
It is 1/3 on success.
You can't make this shit up.
These attempts are success.
Yeah.
A woman tries to take somebody's man.
Yeah.
They win.
Yeah, and these are not just women out on the town that you just see by themselves. These are your friends. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why that is because women like men that other women and women are very social creatures.
Right.
They hang out in social groups that match their mindset.
Right.
Typically do my own research when it comes to studies and stuff like that, but in this case, who cares? The only thing I cared to address was the ending when he said, and that's because women like what other women like. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not when it comes to a man.
Stop the cap.
Actually, if I like her, I'm less inclined to even be around her then. If I like her, that makes me less attracted to him by far because I like her. So I will say the reason as to why you find that women get braggadocious or even attempt to take another woman's man is because we don't like nothing hard. If you already domesticated him, he already is in a routine to know how to handle a home. He already know how to provide. I can watch and see what he does for you. And I see where you slip up to make him unhappy. I already done the homework. You help me to do the easy part, especially if he's unhappy. He already know how to fall into place because more times often than not, men are disciplined to routine. They are very codependent when they already have a wife or a girlfriend or they have children, everybody in the household. All they do is just fall in line, which is why it's so easy to see a man leave one situation and go get into another situation because he already knows the routine. All he did was just replace one of the players. That is why women go after married men. That is why women go after taking men altogether. He's already acclimated to the role. Whereas dating a man who has options, it's hell. Who wants to do that? Yours already prepped, boo.
Do women have any options left?
Wow. That's a very, very interesting take, to be honest with you, because I never looked at it that way. I always looked at it kind of like in the first clip where it's kind of like, okay, you're getting validation from other women because the woman that you're with is validating you by being in a relationship with you, by being out in public and being seen with you. So I always looked at it that way and nothing else. But her perspective is definitely something I want to dive into, man, because think about that. Because in a way that actually makes sense. Because if you understand female nature, we all know that they generally like to take the easiest path to resistance. And what's easier than just latching on to another man that's already, like she said, acclimated to being in a relationship. Therefore, he already knows what to do. So as a woman, all you pretty much gotta do is just get that commitment from him. Versus, like she said, dealing with a man with options, you're actually probably gonna have to work a little bit harder because you're not competing with just one woman. You're competing with multiple women. And in the case of a man that's already being spoken for, not only are you only dealing with one woman, more than likely, she's kind of giving you, like she said, she's kind of giving you the playbook on what to do for her man that she isn't doing. Because wherever he's unhappy at, that's where that other chick that's trying to take your man, that's where she's going to try to pick up the slack at. And she sees everything else that you're doing and, oh, okay, so this is where she's lacking. Okay, I got you. And then from there, she's going to try to snatch your man up. So looking at it that way, that actually makes sense. But the only part that I disagree with her is, women like what other women like. I still believe that to be true, but I can definitely see things from her perspective as well. That actually makes a lot of sense. Now, the next clip that I'm going to be showing you is a woman who has experienced this. So that way, women can't come in here in the comments being, oh, no, that's not true. Because this next clip, a woman admits to this happening to her herself. Check this out.
I heard that girls find a guy a lot more attractive when he's.
I used to be the type of girl in relationships where I would bug my boyfriends. I'd be like, babe, why don't you post me? Like, you should post a picture of us. When I tell you I learned my lesson, I learned my lesson. I actually now, I do not want a guy to post me at all. For a long time, at least for a long time. There have been multiple instances where I have dated guys, and right when they post me, girls are like coming out of the woodwork thirsty for them. Girls that never even would have given them the time of day before. It's literally so wild. One time I was dating this guy and we all kind of like worked together. Like I worked in a different department, but he, worked on the bar side of things. The girls were like, oh my God, he's like a brother to me. Like I would never see him like that, whatever. The moment he posted me or was seen dating me, these girls were coming out of the woodwork with their thirst. It's like immediately they find out a guy is taken and they're like, how can I one up her? Like, can I get him from her? That is weird. That is so, so, so weird. And I thought about this recently because I was working a flight with a guy that he was like talking very highly of his girlfriend. They're just really happy together, but he's like, yeah, I didn't think to post her on Instagram. We've been together for like a year and a half and I just posted her for the first time. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't even want a guy to post me for a while just like that too, because girls are weird. He agreed. He was like, yeah, girls are weird. Girls are weird. And I was like, is it just me or do girls come out of the woodwork and try to flirt with you once they realize that you're taken and that you're not attainable? And he's like, no, yeah, totally. I'm literally like, that's not even something that would cross my mind anymore. If I date a guy, I'm not like, you should post me. No, please don't post me. Actually, the reason why I put my Instagram on private and have a permanently private Instagram is because every time I was in a talking stage with a guy, random girls that I don't know that he follows would be watching my stories constantly. And it was just such an uneasy feeling to me because I'm like, who are you? Why are you stalking me?
Facts. I've had the same thing happen to me. Matter of fact, it's funny that she mentioned work, because I remember one time, my old job before I started doing YouTube full time, there was a girl there that she showed interest. She always showed interest, but then she told one of my homies that worked there with me that she liked me. So, I approached, got the number and what have you. But I slowly started noticing other women showing interest after the fact. one in particular who actually didn't mind. How can I say this? Let's just say this. She was taking care of me while I was dating the other girl. Like, I'll let y'all figure out what that means in the comments. Willing to do it, knowing the whole entire time that I'm over here, involved with this other chick. We're all in the same workplace. Messy, I know. But at the end of the day, I was single, and it ain't like y'all can sit over here and say that I was doing something wrong, because I was very straightforward and upfront with all these women, which is one of the reasons why the girl that I was trying to talk to, we didn't work out, because she couldn't deal with the fact that I had options. But I had options before that situation even got started outside of work. But I digress, man. I just wanted to give y'all that example. But I can give y'all other examples as well. But I'm sure, guys that are watching this have experienced this themselves, man. So again, you agree, disagree, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Neo Trap Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any of the merch, spreadshot.com link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.